Could you maybe explain how power mods and anti-trace work? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. So basically, I assume he's talking about SE versus power mod. So, in layman's term, SEs are always calculated multiplicatively. So whenever you see 150% extra damage against a certain trait, the way you calculate that is your entire damage is calculated, and finally it was multiplied by 1.5. But if it's a power mod, it's additive towards towards certain types of buffs, such as critical damage buffs as well as MP damage buffs. So, for example, if you're calculating 50% power mod, extra power mod, and you're calculating MP damage, you gotta add it to your MP damage buffs instead of finally multiplying it by 1.5. So the difference is, there are pros and cons. The pros is that it applies to face cards and MP. But the con is that if you have a bunch of different crit steroids or MP damage up steroids, it ends up being watered down because they're additive. There you go.
Everyone nerd react this man.
It's only additive to MP damage and crit ups, right? It's not additive to anything else.
Wait, what?
And other power mods. Power mod.
Power mod? It's additive to special attack and technically NP damage and crit are additive, but basically NP damage and crit are both. They're basically special attack
or
buffs
one thing
that only apply for when you're either critting or using an NP.
Yeah,
that's another way to look at them.
Wait,
yeah,
it's because
cool icon and stuff because they're special.
One of them is, don't they like one multiplies off the other though? Like power mod and SE multiply against each other. But
yes.
like
yes, because SE multiplies against anything.
Yeah, super effective. Super effective. Like conceptually, it's sort of the way I like thinking of it. Although it's technically like not really that. Super effective. It's basically it directly affects the multiplier of the NP itself. So like the multiplier, like the thing that changes with NP level. And there's some examples of super effectives that actually work that way. Like some servants have super effective for when they have low HP bonuses, and when they do that, they notate it in a way where it's not like up to 100% extra damage. Instead, it'll be like Hijikata has like, what is it? Would it be? Is it 900%? Honestly,
yeah, because
it would be 900. I think the way... yeah, it's 900% extra damage. That's the way they calculate it there. But technically, like it's basically the same thing as
MP levels. I guess
it's basically the same thing as calculating any other type of buff, but since it isn't tied to a buff, it's actually
it's its own category.
Yeah, it only
it's its own bracket.
It doesn't show up on any sort of cards. It can't be on face cards. It's only on NPs.
Yeah, so and one of the things it tells, like when it's on an MP, like if the buff says like 50% extra damage, it's and those carry over to cards, and if it says like 150%, those are actually the same bonus in a vacuum, but those don't carry over to the cards. Like, and when it says like extra damage, those are usually the ones that don't carry over. It's weird reading it. You have to get used to it and just pick them out.
When you have a power mod and you're attacking with your servant, there is a particle effect.
Is there?
Yes. If you have any form of power mod and you're attacking with your servant, there's a particle effect. So you'll know.
Well, give an example of.
Oh, like, change it to effectiveness instead of it being attack.
I don't know.
Oh, change it to an effectiveness instead.
Is there? There is. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna grab it. Or Siegfried. It's actually pretty like. More simple attack animations are very obvious. Right, it's probably loud. You gotta be careful. It's probably loud.
We're gonna get
Mute the clip.
our own special exclusive video from Plushy here. It's an animation comparison.
There's like a little wave that shines out.
Yeah. On the left is with Pmod. It's actually quite obvious if you think about if you look at it.
Yeah, you got the little yellow sparks there.
Yeah. So with Power Mod, you do have a significant. I mean, not really. It's kind of significant to be honest. Particle effect. So it's easy to tell. So this is like, you can also tell like if your like command code's hitting anti-trade, for example, and whatnot. Or like this reminds you if your Honey Lake is still active. Like sometimes I don't actually remember, like I don't look at their status and like, oh shit, my attacks aren't doing particle effects, so like I know my burn has run out.